Well, she had me until she said clean. Hey everyone, I'm Abbey Sharp. Welcome to Abby's Kitchen. Today's video is sponsored by Built Bar, and we'll be looking at 22-year-old lifestyle influencer Molly May. But first, let me tell you about my sponsor, Built Bar. So my regular subbies know I talk about building snacks and meals with my hunger-crushing combo in mind, and that means lots of fiber, healthy fats, and protein. So Built Bars are really a staple for supplying the protein piece, and bonus, they taste like chocolate because they're made with actual chocolate. Hello. Okay, so today's snacking flavor. Woo! Where are we going? Where are we going? I'm feeling like a holiday, so I'm going with the coconut. Pow. This just hits different. She's good. And she's got 17 grams of protein. Super tasty on its own, and paired with a source of fiber-rich carbs like oatmeal or fruit, and a little healthy fat action from maybe some nut butter or some nuts. And we have a super, super satisfying, balanced snack. So if you want to give Built Bars a try, check out my link in the description and use my promo code AbbeySharp15 to get 15% off of your order. Also, feel free to pause the screen or look at the description, including a trigger warning to those with current or previous experiences with disordered eating. Feel free to skip this video if it's not supportive to your journey. And if you are new here, welcome. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, and hit me up over on Instagram and TikTok at Abby's Kitchen. Also, shout out to the Hubs for getting me this awesome cup. I don't know if you can see, but it says my favorite word over and over and over again. And I'm feeling it today. And apologies for the voice. I am a little bit congested thanks to everyone in the house getting me a little sick. But the show must go on. All right, folks, let's hop in and take a look at what Molly May eats in a day.
I've been getting so many questions asking me to film a video about how I've kind of changed my life, how I've started eating cleaner, started exercising more, how I've just really done like a 360 of my life. About 18 months ago, I was in a really terrible place with my body. I'd really fallen off, and that was mainly because I was just so busy. The list, it was like work. Since I have changed so much and made such an effort to be healthier and exercise more, I have noticed such a significant change in my moods, in the way I am each day, in how early I get up in the morning, like my sleeping pattern. Our sleeping patterns were horrendous. I used to order Deliveroo at like 3 in the morning.
Okay, so my long-term subbies probably all held their breath when they heard the word clean. And while I do not love that, I do appreciate that Molly seems to have found a way of eating that, feels good to her, and also can discuss it outside the context of changing her body. Better moods, energy levels, and sleep are all super high value motivators for maintaining healthy behaviors long-term.
I have a nice peppermint tea to settle my stomach.
Okay, so I've discussed the benefits of peppermint in my video on bloating cures right here, but yes, peppermint has long been used as an antispasmodic to help soothe and calm the GI tract. And while well-steeped peppermint tea may be strong enough to help, most of the evidence that we have is on peppermint oil or peppermint capsules, which can be used to treat benign digestive symptoms like bloating and abdominal cramping. Now, she also mentions using peppermint tea when she's feeling knots in her stomach from anxiety in her November video titled Let's Talk. And all of this makes perfect sense to me. Now, we've talked here about the brain-gut axis before on my channel, but basically this is the communication between your brain and emotional state of mind and your digestive system. Hence the term, butterflies in my stomach. Or as like a more crude example, when you're so scared that you your pants.
Did you just shut up?
Hey, all my IBS friends, I feel you on that. In any case, the The combination of those gut-soothing properties, plus its like comforting warmth, makes peppermint tea a great pick for nervous tummies.
How I have a protein shake for breakfast, and I have filmed myself making it before, but just so you guys know, that's what I've gone back to recently, having a protein shake, because it just really sets me up well for the day. It keeps me full until lunch, and it's just something that I can have before I go and work out, because I cannot work out on an empty stomach. I would literally faint, and we don't want that. Chocolate protein shake in the NutriBullet. I've just been having a chocolate protein shake recently. Sometimes I have a strawberry one and I put berries in it, or sometimes I add like a banana.
So Molly suggests she's having a simple protein shake pre-workout because she absolutely cannot work out on an empty stomach. So in her case, I think it's quite clear that fed exercise is the best way to go. Like she said, passing out on the treadmill is not a good look. As for what is better, a meta-analysis of 46 studies found that pre-exercise feeding enhanced longer duration exercise performance but not shorter duration, while fasted exercise helped increase fat oxidation. Having said all that, just because it's somewhat established that fat oxidation increases after fasted cardio, over time, other research suggests that it actually doesn't seem to have an impact on body composition. So bottom line, do what feels best to your body. As for Molly's choice in a pre-workout snack, she showed herself actually preparing the smoothie in another video, which turns out it's just protein powder and some water, though she does say sometimes she adds in some fruit if she feels like she needs something more substantial. And protein is great for satiety. We always talk about that here, but it's not the ideal pre-workout fuel, especially if it's a heavy cardio day. Ideally, we would want to see a carb-based meal, so toast, oatmeal, fruit, granola, with or without protein, depending on if she's, able to have a protein-based snack afterwards post-workout. So I'd love to see that fruit worked into that smoothie more often.
My stomach is still fully not back to normal from my endometriosis operation. Not that I need to justify why my stomach doesn't look extra toned today, but yeah, that is why.
Okay, so I'm very sorry to hear about the endometriosis diagnosis and surgery. If you guys don't know, endometriosis is when the endometrium, which is the tissue that usually lines the uterus, grows outside of that uterus, which can cause very painful periods and sex, digestive issues, and also infertility. It's actually the leading cause of infertility, so as a fellow infertility warrior, this is near and dear to my heart. Now, this is a relatively low invasive surgery, but that doesn't mean that there isn't some swelling afterwards, as they do need to make some small incisions to go in and remove the tissue. As for diet recommendations, the research in this area is evolving, but some of the early evidence suggests reducing trans fats, red meat, gluten, and other high FODMAP foods, and consuming a diet packed with antioxidant-rich fruits and veggies. Research also suggests that supplementing with antioxidants like vitamin E, C, zinc, and A, and curcumin in turmeric while maintaining optimal levels of vitamin D may also help. Now, this is a really big topic, so if you want a video on eating for endometriosis, definitely leave me a comment below.
I've kind of got an understanding now of what I like to have in my fridge, things that I can grab quickly, like if I'm on the go, and things I try to avoid having in my fridge now that gets me into bad habits.
Okay, just very quickly, I get that a lot of you feel that you can't have certain foods in the fridge or in the pantry in order to maintain healthy habits. And for some of you, that might be just what works best. But if you have a trigger food that you feel you can't control yourself around, and that having it in the house results in a big binge, I challenge you to see what happens if you give yourself unconditional permission to eat that food. My professional experience tells me that in most cases, it will lose its allure and power. If you have a trigger food that you want to learn how to rob of its power, definitely check out my Hunger Crushing combo series right here.
So I got myself a Coke Zero. I've ordered a chicken salad and some hummus and pita bread. I need the carbs, it's a really cold day. And the carbs are necessary. The hummus and pita bread, this is not a naughty habit because it's really not that unhealthy, but I do love myself a bit of hummus and pita. So this is the chicken salad. As you can see, it looks so nice.
Okay, I love this meal and I agree with Molly. You know, greens with grilled chicken post-workout probably isn't enough. So a side of carbs, it just hits different. And by different, we mean great. So we ideally want to get a 3-to-1 ratio of carbs to protein post-workout. And this right here is checking all of my hunger crushing compound boxes. So we got protein in the chicken, we got fat in the dressing, fiber in the salad, carbs in the pita, and the hummus has got a little bit of all the things. And no, this is not a naughty habit in my books. Nor would it be a naughty habit to order like a burger and fries, but that's beside the point.
I've just got back from the supermarket and I'm having some party rings. These, I don't know why, everyone laughs at me when I say I like party rings still because I'm 22 years of age, but these actually hit differently and they're actually not that bad for you. There's only like, I mean, you get about 2 party rings in a pack and they're that big, same size as my eye. But really good little snack.
Okay, this must be a UK thing, and I am mad about that because they look like a party to me. Now, I don't think we need to necessarily call out any cookie as being that bad for you, but if she means that they're not high calorie, I agree. Like, these are relatively light little biscuits, as the Brits call them. So 3 cookies have just 84 calories and less than 9 grams of sugar. And they low-key look like the kind of cookie of my childhood tea party dreams. So to all of my UK followers, please ship your girl a little box over the pond so I can try them.
I actually do like to use vegetarian mince just because I have this fear of like biting into meat and it having like gristle in it or bone. Dinner, it doesn't really look Michelin star, let's just say.
Okay, so I love this for a super simple meal. I am all about culinary shortcuts, especially if you're alone and you don't want to make like a whole meal from scratch. So leaning on some pantry staples like the microwave rice and like pasta sauce, it's a great way to get a balanced meal on the table fast. Plus we've got some protein in the vegan mince, fiber and carbs in the brown rice, and some fat in the cooking oil and cheese. And she did mention that she prefers vegetarian protein because she's kind of scared or nervous of meat gristle, but it's actually a really great choice for endometriosis as well, since research has linked red meat consumption to endometrial diagnosis. So one study found that women who consumed 2 or more servings of red meat per day were 56% more likely to suffer than those who consumed only 1. So I do think it is smart to focus on more plant-based options like this.
And I'm gonna make myself a cup of tea and I'm having these chocolate biscuits. It's super late right now. But it does, it smells like pure lavender. Like the sort of thing you'd spray on your pillow before you go to bed. I mean, obviously I know it's meant to make you sleepy. Cheers, gang.
Okay, so earlier on in the vlog, she mentioned that she bought this tea because she sometimes finds that she struggles with sleep, and this one claims that it will knock you out with its blend of apple pieces, lavender, and chamomile. So let's fact check that. So we know lavender oil has been studied for its role in promoting sleep, with research suggesting small to moderate benefits when inhaled compared to a placebo, but they haven't seen the same effect yet with tea. As for chamomile, while the research is inconsistent, one study found that folks who drank chamomile tea for just 2 weeks reported better sleep quality than those who didn't. Now, I'm not sure a cup of tea will knock you out, but the ritual alone may be calming and soothing and therefore may actually help. As for the chocolate biscuits, there's likely not enough actual chocolate in that to cause any major interferences with sleep. But if she did want to optimize the bedtime snack, she could pair those cookies with a few kiwi fruit, which research suggests can actually reduce the time to fall asleep by 42%.
I always just think little changes are better than no changes if you need to make changes at all. If you want to make changes, just do small things every day that make a difference. Don't go into like trying to work out 4 times a day and eat nothing but chicken and rice. Like it's just not attainable. Set yourself small goals and yeah. Anyway, I'm not going to sit here and preach because it's literally 2 a.m.
Okay, so first of all, I agree with the suggestion 100%, but Pro insomniac tip: do not vlog before bed. Nothing about being a YouTuber is relaxing, but it definitely does not help promote good sleep if you're constantly thinking about work and you're actually doing work, aka filming, while you're in bed. This is why you guys don't see a lot of this kind of content from me personally. It's just too invasive for my mental health. And speaking of invasive, I want to touch base on another risk of the business, aka her robbery. Essentially, Molly's home was robbed and literally everything was stolen, which is no doubt incredibly traumatic. When she spoke about this from her new apartment, she said,
"It's really, really hard to find that balance of sharing so that you guys want to keep up with my life and see what I'm doing, but then also keeping my life private so that I stay safe." And I think I potentially maybe lost that balance. I have to be 20 billion times more careful now about the things that I'm sharing. House tours and things like that, like for obvious reasons, are just an absolute no-go.
So this is so terrifying that this happened to Molly, but it is a really scary reality for content creators or influencers who share intricate details of their lives online. And this is again why I'm very careful about what I show here on my channel. It's partially a modesty thing because, I know that I'm blessed and I really don't think it's becoming of me to gloat, but even more important than that is that I want to protect my family. So I really hope that Molly can find some peace of mind in the new space, and also that she can figure out a balance for her work that still feels safe for her. And on that note, let's talk about the stats. So on this particular day, Molly's consuming around 1,300 to 1,400 calories, which does seem inadequate for most women of her size and activity level. I would love to see a more substantial breakfast meal, especially if it's also serving as like a pre-workout, as well as some extra protein and or healthy fats in her sweet-based snacks. Now, I do appreciate, however, that her meals are pretty accessible, simple, and generally not accompanied by any pseudoscience. Sure, there's a little bit of clean eating talk, and she does occasionally label certain foods or ways of eating as maybe bad or not so bad, but I do think this is kind of part and parcel with diet culture these days, and I'm not seeing any outrageously dangerous suggestions. So we're gonna wrap that up here, folks. That is all that I have for you guys today. A big thank you again to Built Bar for sponsoring. If you like this video, be sure to give it the thumbs up. Leave me a comment below on what or who you'd like to see me review next. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time on Abby's Kitchen. Bye!